citation for our distinguished past student, Annie Rose Kitchen, for 2022. Annie Rose Kitchen's journey at St. Hugh's High School began in 1958. Having transferred from St. Hugh's Preparatory School, she entered in Prep 1, continued to Prep 2, as the system was at the time, then to first form, progressing through the grades to sixth form. She describes a high point of her life at St. Hugh's as the appointment of Mrs. Inez Carnegie as principal in 1962. Annie Rose credits Mrs. Carnegie with breaking down social and color distinctions within the school, fostering independence of thought and attitude in the students, and recruiting progressive educators. Among the teachers who most impressed and influenced Annie Rose were Mrs. Helen Morris, who, while teaching English, encouraged students to be bilingual. French teacher, Mrs. Mary Seal Coon, who hailed from England and was utterly devoted to her Jamaican students. Physical education teacher, who later taught English, Margaret McIntosh, and her really favorite teacher, Miss Hope Genoa, who taught Latin and who later became a firm friend. Apart from her interest in languages, Annie Rose was also keen on music and was school pianist for 4 years. Numbered among her good school friends are Helen McLean, Barbara Smelly, Laura Goodison, Marie Garth, Carol Guntley, Patricia Eves, Beverly Betty, and Cecile Clayton. Her interest in languages was influenced by many factors, among them being her intrigue hearing her Haitian-born father speaking Creole with his brother, her father's insistence that she and her siblings speak proper English, disallowing patois at home, and her early role as interpreter for her younger brother, who was born with a speech defect. At school, she loved learning French and Latin. In lower sixth form, she added German, which was taught over 2 years to O-level. With support from Mrs. Carnegie, Annie Rose spent an extra year in sixth form to allow her to do German at A-level instead of Latin, along with other subjects. During this time, she also did Spanish to O-level. Annie Rose's love of languages, nurtured at St. Hugh's, blossomed into a lasting passion. After leaving school, she started undergraduate studies in French in 1966 at the University of the West Indies, the UWI Mona campus, winning a university scholarship. Her studies were enhanced by a year abroad at the Laval University, Quebec, Canada from 1968 to 1969 that was funded by an international Rotary scholarship. She returned to the UWI to complete the BA Special Honors degree in French in 1970. While she pursued her degree in French, she also continued studying German on her own, managing to get scholarships to the Goethe Institute in Germany. She went on to earn an interpreter's diploma for international conferences from the School of Interpretation and Translation, University of Geneva, Switzerland, in 1977, mastering interpreting and translation from French and German to English and English to French. Always seeking to hone her skills and expand her knowledge, from 1983 to 2012, Annie Rose undertook numerous professional development courses offered at universities in Portugal, Greece, Germany, and France, and through the Directorate General for Interpretation, DGSCIC of the European Commission, acquiring and maintaining language proficiency in Portuguese, Greek, French, and German, and in the training of trainers. A lifelong learner, she returned to university studies as a graduate student to pursue a diploma in linguistics at the UWI in September 2020, transferring to the Masters of Arts program in Linguistics in April 2021. In fulfilling her love affair with languages, Annie Rose has performed the roles of English teacher assistant 1970 to 72 at Saint-Jude High School for Girls, Lyon, and Carrière Technical High School, Bourg-en-Bresse, France. French teacher 1972 to 1975, St. Hugh's High School, Jamaica. Chief interpreter 1977 to 1983. Secretariat General of African, Caribbean, and Pacific States, Brussels, Belgium. An international civil servant with DGSCIC, Brussels from 1983. She retired in 2012 at the grade of seasoned performer, having provided interpreting services, French, German, Portuguese, and Greek to English, and English to French. And that's for heads of states and governments, councils of ministers, permanent representatives, that includes ambassadors and deputies, and in all the technical areas covered by the treaties of the European Union. She also performed the role of interpreter trainer, and that's consecutive, simultaneous, bilingual interpreting, and examiner at DGSCIC, and provided pedagogical support stints as interpreter trainer and examiner on European Masters in Interpretation programs in the United Kingdom, Romania, Greece, Latvia, Bulgaria, Poland. Following her retirement, she provided freelance interpreter services in Equatorial Guinea, Belgium, Sweden, and Jamaica from 2012 to 2017, and was an interpreter trainer and examiner specializing in bilingual interpreting in autumn 2018 and spring 2019 with the Graduate Institute of Translation and Interpretation, Shanghai International Studies University, China. In July 2019, she assisted in the organization of and participated as a trainer in the introductory training program in interpreting under the auspices of the Translators and Interpreters Association of Jamaica, TIA. She's a member of International Proxy Parents, the Jamaica chapter, which raises funds to support school children from impoverished backgrounds, and the Belgium-based nonprofit organization Daraja La Africa, Bridge to Africa, which raises funds to support micro-projects in Africa and the Caribbean. Dunia Dance Theatre, promoting African development through the arts. While keeping fit, Annie Rose continues to nurture her love of languages by reading and listening to podcasts in all her languages. She also enjoys listening to music and playing the piano. Annie Rose supports the school financially through donations to special projects, including the Sponsor a Swan program that provides monthly care packages for students. In honor of her mother, she established the Burial Kitchen Bursary Award, covering tuition, uniform, books, and exam fees for students in financial need who are performing well all round. And that's given to a grade 13 student in 2021 to 2022, and a grade 12 student in 2022 to 2023. For her outstanding achievements in the field of interpreting, the St. Hugh's Past Students Association is pleased to confer the award of Distinguished Past Student for 2022 to Annie Rose Kitchin.